Hello everybody, welcome to the new Paludarium build series. In this episode we're going to be focusing on the background of our Paludarium, and you are watching Scales and Tails. Okay, so to kick this episode off, we're going to start with adding some silicone. The silicone you should be using for the background is stuff that has no anti-mold, because this could let off fumes that might harm whatever you're keeping in here. The only reason we're putting silicone on the background is so the expanding foam we'll be using for the background will stick to the glass on the back without peeling away over time. The reason I'm adding a lot more silicone on the left side of the tank is because I'm going to be using this cable management. You can use any sort of PVC tubing. It's just so the wire for the pump that will be cleaning the water part is hidden behind the background. This is pretty important so the wire isn't showing in the foreground. This tank is just a 30 by 30 by 60 Exoterra, so the water bit in the bottom isn't going to be huge, so this is just a small filter I found online. It doesn't need to be anything big since there wouldn't be much water it needs to be cleaning or filtering. For the main background piece, you got these two sticks that you found outside. People have very mixed views on using stuff in tanks you find outside. I think it's perfectly fine as long as you clean it well enough. I like this because the one on the right will kind of breach out into the towards you, and the one on the left is all windy, so it's a nice colour variation as well. Here I'm using some Tiger expanding foam. This is pond and fish safe. I'll leave the link to this down below. I got this off the Swell Reptiles website. This just, it expands and creates a nice realistic looking background. You can also stick dirt to it, which I'll be doing later in the video. This is one of the best things to use for backgrounds in my opinion. It's easy to use. However, there's a big mistake I made while doing this. I didn't wear gloves, and as you can probably see at some point in this clip, my hands are just covered in black stuff. This was on my hands for days. It does come with gloves. I didn't wear them thinking, I was better than that, but no, believe me, you are not. I had this stuff on my hands for about a week after, filming this. Once you've covered all of your background and all of your sticks is in place, this way you need to get plant pots. I recommend using small ones, not big ones, unless you're going to have a big plant and your tank is big enough to support it. Here I'm using 3 of these just small plant pots that I'm just securing in the background, and then I use some more expanding foam to go over the front of them. I do recommend spreading however many pots you're using evenly around the background, so you don't have one area that's full of plants and one area that's not. Like I already said, here I'm just going over the pots with some expanding foam just to cover the colour. So here, I'm just getting this bone dry soil and sphagnum moss mix and just placing it on the background. Make sure every area is covered in it. You don't really want any areas that aren't covered with it. However, if there is areas that are showing the expanding foam, I'll show you what to do later in the video. But once you put it on, make sure you pat it down just so it proper sticks to the background. You don't have any of them areas that are left grey and not matching. Here is a good point in the video to say thank you for watching to where we are now, and if you are new here, please do subscribe and like the video. It really helps out the channel and gives you motivation to keep carrying on making these videos for you. After I've patted all the soil down, this is what it looked like, and this is a day later. As you can see, there is a few areas that are a bit grey and the soil hasn't stuck to properly, so here I show you how to sort that problem out. Once you've stood your tank up and tapped off all of the excess soil, then you just get the silicone used for the background earlier, spread it out on the grey area, and once you've done that, just get a nice bit of same type of soil and whatever mix you had for the background and just place it on there. Make sure you pat it in well so it sticks to it. Not every single area has to be completely covered with soil, because you can add moss in the background and some plants will cover it. Once you've done all that, make sure to hoover the bottom of the tank, make sure it's clean. And this is only a short episode. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it so far, and the next episode will be out hopefully tomorrow. So see you then.